Well, welcome to exercise 3.2. Like always, we will start with Control N to start the program or the drawing for ourselves. Control N. Come on, there we go. And then create body, create sketch, XY plane. Okay, there we go. Now we'll start this exercise by drawing a rectangle. The idea would be to for this exercise is to put two geometries together to make a drawing for us. So we are going to use the polyline again to make a rectangle. So we'll start there, draw a rectangle to that way, and then from there down here, from there to there, and up again to there, and that's our rectangle. Now if everything went well, let's just press the right mouse button to get out of the polyline. We should have 4 degrees of freedom here. That means that all the lines are just fine. As you can see there, everything is connected. 4 degrees of freedom, that's what we are looking at. So what we are going to do is we're going to set the length of the lines. We're going to do it pretty simple. We just set the length of the line 80. Let's just make it flat 80. Okay, and we set this line and this line is equal, so we equal them out. And then for this one we set it to 50. First of all, let's equal them out again, and then we'll set this to 50. Okay, 50, let's constrain that to 50. That should be fine. Okay, so basically what we have left is we can move this thing around, so we need to constrain this thing to a specific place. So we will set this one to this point at a point, say 40. So let's make it 40. Okay, we've got 40 going there, and then up we'll have to do an up one, and we'll make that 25 just for the fun of it. So we'll go up there 25, and there we are. We've got a fully constrained rectangle. That's the first part of our drawing. Okay, so if we got there, we should be pretty happy. And then we are going to start using the polyline again and create a geometry inside here that we can constrain. So let's do this. We go to polyline, and we say, okay, we're going to draw a line from there, say to there, up that way, and then let's use the M key. There we go. We do something like this, and go down, connect. Now okay, you'll see we've got 5 degrees of freedom again to go and fix. So the first thing that we needed to do was make sure that we got this one degrees of freedom sorted out, so it's fully constrained. Now we need to constrain this one. So let's see if we can do that. We'll first set the radius of the circle. Let's do this. Set the radius 5. Let's just make it 8. We'll make the radius 8, a little bit bigger. Okay, and then we'll set the distance from this point to this point 4. Let's make that 5. Okay, that's a little bit close. I don't want it 5. So let's set it to 10. That would be a little bit better. 10. Okay, I'll move that one this way. 10. We've got 3 degrees of freedom left. That's the distance. Let's see what happens with this thing. It's still moving around. So we are going to set this line and this line to be equal. Okay, so that 2 lines, and then we'll set the length of this line to 30. Let's make it just around 30. That should do it just fine, and I'm going to move it right there. Okay, so we should have 1 degree of freedom left, and it should be the vertical distance 16. Let's make it flat 16, and voila, there we go. We have fixed this thing. 16 doesn't quite look like where I want it, so I'm going to set it a little bit higher, like 20. That's way better. And I'm going to move this one up also, so from 10 to say 14. That's a better place for it. So now we've got that one sorted out, and that one sorted out, and this one sorted out. There we go. So everything is sorted out, everything is fully constrained. That's what we wanted. So you can see there's always a little bit of an issue sorting out the constraints, when, where, whatever, to get all the constraints in the right places. But since this thing is fully constrained, we can close it now, and we have this thing that looks like this. Great. So we can go on and say, okay, let's select our model. So we go to model, to sketch, we select it, and we pad it. And there we go, we've got a padded image going on here, or 3D image. Again, we can make it a little bit bigger if we want to, and we can say okay if we're happy. I'm going to cancel it for the moment, because I think what we are going to want to do is I'm going to go back into the sketch, and I'm going to put one in here also. So let's put another thing in there, but this time let's just use the polyline and make a rectangular shape, or maybe we should do that. Let's make another one of these things. We'll put it up there roughly, another one in the go down. There we go, we've got that. Okay, so we've got another one of these slots, so let's see if we can do this again. So that thing says it's 14 millimeters, so we're going to do the same with this one. Set the distance between this point and this point to, let's say, 14. Okay, good, that's our distance, number one. Then the arc we said was 8, so we set the radius of the arc to 8. Okay, there we go, that's fine. We'll set the distance between this point and this point. We'll make that 20. And we okay that's 20. And let's see, what do we need? We still have 2 degrees of freedom. We'll set the length of this one, and the length of this one is equal, and then we'll set the length of this thing to 30. So there we go, 30. And again, we've got a fully constrained drawing going on here. Now the thing would look a little bit different, so let's close this again, go to sketch, got those two, we'll pad it again. There we go, pad it again. Now we've got 2 slots inside there, which is very nice. There we go. So this is basically lesson 2 in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, or should I say exercise 3.2. I'll be seeing you in the next exercise then.